really good win for us. Obviously, to win at home, we haven't won at home in a while, so it was nice to get that. I thought, obviously, Akeem and Caleb were terrific offensively, and slow start for us and for them actually, and then both teams I thought settled down a little bit. And the second half we had a nice start. We got up 17, had a couple untimely turnovers, got them back in. I thought Sims made a couple of key baskets. We did a really good job on him in the zone, taking away his three, and he got loose a couple times, got a couple off, but got him back into the game. But Akeem made a couple of, Caleb made a big shot from three. Akeem Richmond made a big shot late in the second half, and obviously we shot the ball well from the foul line when they were fouling. At the end, I think we were 14 of 14 in the last 2.5 minutes of the game that sealed the win.
You mentioned to me a couple of weeks ago that Akeem's big games might be a thing of the past. He's really gone for a couple since then, though, hasn't he?
Well, he's 31. A lot of foul shots at the end to help us win. I told my team he's probably yesterday the only guy that has consistent offensive confidence. He's as confident a shooter as I've ever coached. You'd like to be able to sprinkle some of that extra confidence he has and hand it out to some of the other guys who really don't have that type of consistent offensive confidence. And I told him, I said, it's part about being mentally tough. And I told him that usually I went through periods when I was a player that I was not confident. It usually was after 8 games that I played poorly, not miss a shot in a game, or miss 2 shots, or have a bad half, or have a bad game, or have a bad 2 games. 3 games, it usually took 8. We've got to get over some of that. We've got to get some guys back playing with some consistent offensive confidence. When we do, when we have enough of them, we had 2 tonight, have it. I thought Caleb and Akeem has it all the time. Caleb, as a freshman, we're asking him to have that, and that's tough, but we've got to get some other guys to have that for us to be effective.
When you're up by 20, when it comes to that, how much of a tonic does walking off that court, winning and high-fiving the fans and everything have?
Well, it helps. It helps from that standpoint a little bit, but confidence is a funny thing. And to me, the only way you get it, real, consistent confidence, especially offensively, is to play well in games, and that's the real stuff. You show we do highlight film, show them every made shot. We pump them up in practice. We do the extra shooting, all that stuff. You do, but it's just a little taste of trying to help them get through it. They got to go out in a game situation and get that, and it's painful when you see a kid going through it. And you want to help them so badly, but you know that it's going to take a couple of balls going through the bucket.
When you're up by 20 points and you have that trim to 5 in the last 3 minutes, I mean, what's it say about the resolve of this team to hit those free throws and step up and close this out?
Well, we were up, I think, 17 with maybe 9 to go. And, we got out in transition a little bit more. You're at that point right there where you're not sure whether you should slow it down or speed it up. You really want to use a little bit of shot clock, and we got slowed down a little bit, and that was probably my fault, trying to slow it down a little bit and try to use some of that clock with when you're up as many as 17. But that's, in basketball, that's not very much. I mean, that can evaporate mighty quickly, and we've seen it good and bad with this team over the last couple of years. So, really proud of the way we finished the game. We got the ball in the right guy's hands, and they fouled, and it was 15 of 15 from the foul line. That's pretty strong.
It's like you said, he went 15 for 15. Coach Brooks said he wanted to get Richmond to put the ball on the floor. He kind of made them pay tonight.
Yeah, that's not his strength. Luckily, he got fouled a couple times when he got in there. So, but we're trying to get him to put it down a little bit, 1 or 2 dribbles. When he gets more than that, it makes me a little nervous. I don't know about you guys, but it makes me a little nervous. But he was effective tonight.
Jeff, you've been playing 7 guys basically since the Duke game. I mean, that's going on 2 months now, maybe 3. How difficult is that? I mean, over the long haul to try to not work them too hard at practice so they've got something left for the games and that kind of thing?
It's as hard as I can explain to you. It's really difficult. I feel for them. They got to practice every day. We don't know any other different way to do it than to go hard. Now, we've shortened things up. They've got incredible pressure to perform every night. They know there is no bench, so that's a lot for a group of guys that haven't played to shoulder. And I think we've kind of have some expectations now with this program, and they carry that too, even though they didn't play. So that's draining on them.
Coach,
it's difficult.
Excuse me. It's a quick study when you got a Thursday night game, you're playing a team you hadn't played before.
Yeah.
Talk about that and what you wanted to do today in terms of the game plan.
Well, we played zone again. You see, we played zone to try to hide as many weaknesses as we have as we can, and with that, we have to know who the shooters are. Go over some of the zone offensive things, so it makes it a little bit easier. There's a lot. Most coaches have 30 man plays and maybe 5 zone things, so that's kind of helped us in our preparation a little bit. But in particularly a quick turnaround, but really difficult on us because of our low numbers. Really practicing and preparing them like we'd like. But they did a good job tonight, I think, especially on their shooters. And we've done a good job really last 3 games. The three-point shooting percentage, knock on wood, the last 3 games has been low for our opponents.
Did you notice that the official out there was Dean Smith's son, Scott?
Yeah, I knew that.
Did you, when you were playing there, did he hang around the program? I mean, did you know him? Or
Not much, no. No, I didn't see him very much, no.
Why no tie tonight?
I'll try something different tonight.
Does that mean no more ties?
I might not be a Tulsa one either.
He ain't got time to go